Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here. And I am a self love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist as well as a certified life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. On this channel, I help you learn how to love yourselves love yourselves. Oh my goodness. We talk about self love on this channel, and I hope you learn how to love one another, but most importantly, how to love yourself. And today, it was brought to my attention that there is this silhouette challenge on TikTok. And so basically, the premise of it is I'm going to show you all a video. Welcome. We are broadcasting in live right now on YouTube as well as on Twitter Periscope. And I'm going to show you what it is that I mean in terms of what this silhouette challenge is and how it's showing up. So basically, we have these young women, right, and girls coming out in what they're calling this new challenge. So if you take a look, right, so they're showing the best of the best. So what you'll see is it'll open on a girl, and what she'll do is she'll turn off the light, and then she'll be like nude inside of the video. So let's see. Let me get past the front part of this so that you can see what's going on and how it's happening and how it's going down. Right. So they're basically, so as you see, so here's a young lady, she comes out, and then so they're playing this music. I'm not going to play the music in this video. Here we go. Let me make this larger for you. So as you see, they'll start out in some clothes, and then what they'll do is they'll turn off the light, and then they'll like do some sexy poses and whatnot. Many of the young girls are coming out and they're nude, and they're doing this with the red light on. And so I don't know if you can see that well, right? So as you see, they're coming out, and they're scantily clad, and they're taking off they're disrobing, and then they're dancing in the hallway with this red silhouette on. And so this is what they're saying. They're alleging that people have found ways. Simone is saying not everyone is nude in their second shot. This is what this video is about. And the video is also going to be about the worth of a young woman and how closely it's tied to how sexy and how sexual she can be. So many, as I have said, many of the young ladies are nude in their second shot, scantily clad and disrobed. Do you hear what it is that I'm saying? This is what we're talking about. We're not drawing straws over how nude they are. I'm telling you that it is being alleged, right? It is being alleged, and somebody else is saying they're just having fun. You see, this is where we are lost as a society. This is where we are lost as a society, and where we continue to keep getting lost. And there are heavy operative psyops, war level psyops being enacted upon young people right now. And many of us are too dodo birdish. You remember the dodo bird, dodo. We're just too dodo birdish to open up our eyes and realize what's going on. I'm going to show you a few different things inside of this video. So basically, what is going on right now is they're claiming that there are people who are able to remove the red filter. I'll show you some of what it is that I have seen, right? And I will assist you. This is some of us, this is why the children are the way that they are, because some of us adults don't really have it together our damn selves, right? And so here we go. So if you, let's see. All right, so here we go. So there are people who are claiming that they have the ability to remove this red filter. This is what they are claiming is the example. So I'll make this larger for you, right? So as you see, there's a person who wanted to be in the shadows of the red, and then she came, and then they were able to do this filter. I'm going to show you my Photoshop, right? Because as you know, I worked many years as a graphic designer. I personally believe that the removal of the red filter is a hoax to a certain extent, right? Because people are up in arms with this. But my whole thing is, don't put anything on the internet that you're not willing to have revealed to the fullest extent of its revelation. And also, people need to be very effing careful because you don't know the age of these girls. So you go and you start doing some stuff, and then you end up in some trouble that you may not want to be in. So let me stop this right here, and I'm going to show you my Photoshop. Give me just a moment so that you can see what it is that we are talking about here, right? All right, so this picture started out with the red on it. I did a bunch of different things to this image to see if I could reveal. I'm at a professional level in terms of Photoshop. I've been using it since 2001, and so I played around with the different hues and saturations and all of this other stuff. And what I came up with, oh, my mouse battery has died while I'm live on air. So I'm gonna have to come closer to the thing. Give me 1 second. All right. So I played around with this in different ways, and I altered the blending and inverted and stuff like that. And what I came up with that gave the most visibility was to just remove the red hue. And so what I ended up seeing is that you see on this young man right here. So you see, here we go. Sorry, let me move this over. And here we go. Let me move this down. Okay. So as you can see on this young man, you can see his face visibly, you can see his chest, etc., right? However, let me just explain to you a little bit. However, so this started out red, as you saw in the beginning, right? And from what it is that I gather in my professional point of view, you would need to have lighting on you. So it's not going to be a complete silhouette. So as you see with this young man, you've got to have some sort of lighting on you, illuminating parts of you. So with him, right, I can show you, we can go in and we can then come in and we can do a contrast, do a brightness and a contrast to be able to reveal more. You see how he's very well seen now, right? But if you, let me do that again. As you see, he's very well seen right now, right? However, if you go over to the silhouette one, if there is not detail already in the image, if there's not detail, so he detailed himself by having light. I'll show you. You see how, hold on. All right. You see how he's red, but he has light shining on him. So a person is not going to be able to create detail where there is no detail. It's going to take light on you to show the detail of your face, etc. Right? All right. All right. Let's continue going forward. These are some things that I want you to pay attention to and understand. All right. There's this tremendous push that is going on and has been going on with tying a young lady's worth to how sexually appealing she can be. I'm not sure how many of you women remember when you were young that there was I'm not sure if you remember in old cartoons like Bugs Bunny, how Bugs Bunny would get dressed up in drag, and he would I'll Google it for you so that you can see, right? So that you can see. So Bugs Bunny would get dressed up in drag, and he would have and this was the first time that I realized that there was an allure to being a woman, that there was an allure to the female form. Let me see. I want to show you because I remember he used to have the 6-inch and 5-inch heels on. So Bugs Bunny in drag. I'm going to pull this up for you. Okay. Let me show you real quick what it is that I'm talking about. Okay. Here we go. I'm not sure if you remember how Bugs Bunny would get dressed up and he would put on the lipstick and then you would see that he would be in these certain poses. And I remember as a child, so you remember when he was Bugs Bunny had on the 6-inch heels and the lipstick and was walking all sensually. And when Bugs Bunny would come onto the scene, how the men would just fall all over themselves. And it was a big to do. It was a big to do. Remember, he would get men to drive into the sides of mountains and all types of stuff would happen. He would put on his little heels and he would and it was just he was just so alluring once he got into the feminine mystique. He was just then so alluring that the men would not be able to control themselves. This is when I first got introduced into the appeal, the allure of femininity in cartoons as a child. And I remember, how many of you remember dressing up in the mirror, putting, the cushions inside of your bra to kind of pump it up, and then, walking with the femme fatale walk that you saw, pantomiming what you saw in other areas. And it gets even deeper than that, right? Um, and people are congratulating this, talking about he was working it. I mean, Al's is saying, I don't remember. MP is saying, I remember that. Okay. So there's been this tremendous push for a young woman's sensuality, sexuality, for her worth to be tied to those things. And I'm going to show you an image, and I feel no way about showing this because this is an image that was promoted in an ad to my niece on her phone app. And she showed it to me and she says, Auntie, look at this ad that came through. And I said, you know what? They have never sent an ad like this to me, and I'm a grown woman. But they have an ad being sent out to a teenager on her phone. And if you look at documentaries like the ones on Netflix, like Social Dilemma and other documentaries, I forget the names of them, but you can put it in the comments area so that other people can look them up. They are enacting military grade psyops on us, which are psychological operatives on us, and controlling our behavior. And if you think that this is not happening, you're very naive. I'm going to show you this ad. And listen, my video may be demonetized for showing you the ad that I'm about to show you, which was on YouTube. And sometimes you see stuff and you don't know what's a hoax or what's what. I'm telling you, as Tanya TKO, that that this ad was served to my niece, my teenage niece, on her phone. I'm going to show it to you. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull this up. Here we go. I'm going to show you the whole screen, the whole phone screenshot, and then I'm going to zoom in on it for you so that you can see what it is that I'm talking about. Okay. Do you see this? So let me zoom in on this for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. So let me make my screen smaller. As you see, this is the YouTube page, right? This is the YouTube homepage where they show the ads, when you go out to the main homepage of YouTube on your phone. And so here we go. Tell me, how many of you have seen this ad? Grown people. And tell me how many of your children have seen this ad, because they know how old you are when you sign up for YouTube. They know your race from the movements that you make online. So look, this is it right here. Look. And it says right here, a new full song, Sunil is live. And look, you see how it has the arrow pointing down towards her camel toe or whatnot, and she's in the throes with a brassiere on and her hand deep inside of her pants, right? I dare YouTube, I dare them to demonetize this video for an ad that they place on their own platform. I dare them. Purple is saying, oh, hold on. Mel P is saying, I saw that. Ugh. Riri is saying, get the F out of here. Everybody's saying, what the F? What the F? Get the F out of here. I'm telling you, look. Purple is saying that's on YouTube. Somebody's saying I saw that. Somebody's saying never. The person who says I saw that, how old are you? Beautiful is saying I've seen that. I need you all to tell me your ages because they know how old I am and they've never shown this to me. Lavender is saying, yes, that's the one. Okay, and Lavender is saying, have you seen the ad with the girl with her hands on her pants? I need you all to tell me how old you are, if you feel comfortable saying it, because my niece is a teenager. This ad has never come to me. My niece also says that there are pushes for Cardi B's music, that they'll push Cardi B on her homepage, that they'll push her music, they'll this. And you already saw how Cardi B behaved when her daughter came into the room. She turned off her own music so that her child would not hear it. I actually feel like doing a whole video on that all together. So let's see. So the people who have seen this ad, look, 20, 23, right? AJ, 26, right? All right. And then we have another person, Nia, who's 24 and has never seen that since YouTube in 2005. Okay. Wait, how were you on YouTube in 2005? If you're 24 right now, you would have had to have been on YouTube before under the 13-year age limit, because right now we're in 2021. So in 2011, you would have been 14. So in 2005, help me do the math on this. How old was this young lady in 2005? Because she's 24, you would have had to be what, 8? This is what, so listen, I just want you all to know that there is a push for younger and younger sexualization of our young adults, right? There's psyops going on where they know your age, they know your race, and they're pushing for you to engage in certain types of behavior, especially, listen, watch the documentary Social Dilemma. Let me see. Let's see. Netflix documentaries on Facebook. Okay. So let's see. Social Dilemma is one of them, and The Great Hack is the other, right? I'll show this to you so you can see how it's spelled, right? Go watch these two. If you think that there are not military grade psycho operations happening on us right now, and this is not conspiracy theory, this is built into their platforms, and your children are being affected. So look, The Great Hack and Social Dilemma. I want you to just check those two out. Check those two out. Aisha is saying this ad is for a music video. It's disturbing. Exactly. So what we have is we have these platforms. We have these platforms who are pushing for your children to become more and more sexual, younger and younger. And then we have people who have a schematic, a planning schematic that stretches far wider and longer than what it is that we've thought of, to be able to help there be a permanent underclass so that they can get more teenage pregnancies out there, so that they can get more people going through the preschool to prison pipeline. They also are attempting to have people give more birth so that they could have more people to come in and pay taxes and be a part of the workforce. We need people for the jail force. We need people for the workforce. We need people to pay into Social Security. So you being abstinent or focusing on STEM or mathematics and developing your brain, that doesn't help them. It doesn't assist them in their goal of being able to produce people who are going to be statistics and be able to go into the jail system, to be able to feed the prison industrial complex. And listen, I know, when we say stuff like prison industrial, it can sound like I'm being dramatic. If you think that I'm being a dramatic put up the number 1. If you know and understand that there are some things at play that we may not be fully aware of the full breadth, depth, and scope of, put up the number 2. If I sound like some cuckoo bird, like I have a tinfoil hat on and I'm like, put up a number 1. I want to see how you all feel out there about what it is that I'm saying, because I want you to pay attention to what's going on. And I need you to look at your children's phones, and I need you to pay attention, because they have games out there where people are able to get in contact with your child through these games. So they're over there playing Roblox and these other games, and people are able to contact your child. And these people are on there pretending to be children themselves, and they're saying things that are like, my younger niece was on this game, and I didn't even realize that she had access, that other people had access, and they were like, ooh, black ass, and saying stuff like that to a child, right? Ooh, black ass. And my niece was like, oh, somebody just, this is what she was like, she didn't understand that there are people out there. She's like, the game is saying this to me, right? And I'm like, no. And when I got the thing, I'm like, who wrote this? You know what I'm saying? And then the people, they disappear, they go away, because they want to be able to have access to children and children's minds. Why? So let me look at the numbers, right? Let me go up. I'm looking for a 1. I'm going all the way up to the top. Here we go. So we got the 2s coming in. I'm looking for somebody who thinks I'm crazy and what it is that I'm saying. We got a lot of 2s coming in. We got Dr. Wyatt who has a 1.5. So explain your 1.5. And so you got a point there, Tanya, too. I'm just telling you, look at the documentaries, pay attention. No, you're not being dramatic. I need you all to just open up your eyes, pay attention. Pay attention. And I'm going to say this may be a little politically incorrect to say, right? However, okay, so there's a lot of 2s, right? So Elegant Granny is saying 222, you're not crazy. As a former educator, and my students used to share everything they were approached with and wanted me to be present as they shared with their parents. You see what I'm saying? It's out there. And Black is saying, you're not a cuckoo bird, you're spot on. They had better not be any one. You're so funny. No, I haven't seen any 1s, but we saw a 1.5, and I want that person to explain themselves. They say that they're a doctor. I need to hear and understand what it is. Because you know what? Listen, everybody on your page doesn't have the same intention that you do. There are some people, look, I'm sure you all have seen that expose show of people who are meeting up with teenagers that they met online, and they got the man who comes in and they with the cameras and like, why were you writing to a teenager? What? And they're like, I wasn't. Oh, leave me alone. Oh, you can't put the right. You've seen it. They get approached. And there is, for every single Saturday, there are 5 or 6 in each show, and that's in one state, in one place. Imagine all of the states. There are 50 states in the United States. There are countless cities and innumerable amount of towns, and this is one country. Imagine in all of the countries across the world, how many people are out there preying and feasting upon children, because he catches 5 of them each week, or however often he does the show. But then what about the other ones who aren't caught? What about the ones in other states? What about the ones in other countries and cities? What about all of these people who day by day, day in and day out, are enacting their adult tactics onto children? And what I was going to say that's not politically correct is, in as much as we attempt to help women, there are many of us content creators who push the narrative about a woman's worth being heavily tied to how she looks, how sexy she is, and how appealing she can be to men. So that our entire existence is offered up on a damn platter. And now we have Clubhouse with people who are creating all of these rooms, talking and parroting. It's like people who don't take the time to come up with their own original thoughts. So now they're parroting the word high value male, and they're talking about what you need to do as a woman to get a high value male. And they pull up these unqualified, unvetted, unsubstantiated, undereducated people up onto the stage to purport as if they are some sort of authority. And these people have been validated on no other platform besides Clubhouse. And they are manipulating the base into following them so that they won't allow you to speak. They won't let you get up on the stage unless you're following all of the people on the stage. And there's like 20 people on the stage and you have to hit follow on each one. And they're like, follow us, or you can't talk, you can't speak. So that if you want to go up there and refute. So what ended up happening is one day I went up to the stage and I went to go to speak, and they would not allow me to speak because I needed to speak against what it is that they were saying. And they were like, well, you have to follow everybody. Everybody has to follow the rules, this, that, and the other. So these people are gaining and rolling, and they're making it seem as if they have organic growth when they don't. They don't have organic growth. You've manipulated people into following you. So then what ended up happening is I had to follow everybody. So then they knew who I was. They came and they followed me back. And then they started showing up in my rooms, attempting to wreak havoc in my rooms with their same high value this, high value that, because what they're doing is they are pitting you as a woman against other women so that we have out here Hunger Games, Black Love Edition, where you're supposed to be battling with your eye wingtips against other women so that you could be like, I'm the one who has the best eye makeup. I got the slimmest waist. I got the fattest. And we have women who they themselves are laden with plastic surgeries, who are then telling you that you need to be as pretty as you can be to get this, that, and the other. They're not talking about any other form or mode of self-development. This is part of the reason that I'm doing my Galentine's Day of Healing. For those of you who know, I mean, listen, so far, we have 17 people who have signed up for the Galentine's Day of Healing. Oh, if you go to because I did not put a link below because I wasn't planning on talking about this in this video. However, the Galentine's Day of Healing is all about going in and rewiring the programming that we've had, the patterns that you've fallen into, cutting cosmic cords. This is one of the exercises that we're doing, cutting cosmic cords. And we're also going to do a hypnotherapeutic journey to traverse you into healthy love. Because there are people who are actually telling you that as a woman, you need to compete and battle against other women. Listen, you have no competition when it comes to being you. And the worst part about it is that we have so many young people who are on these apps, who are hearing these things and molding their lives. I remember when I was young, there was 227. And I remember Jackie Harry, and she used to be like, Lester. Remember Jackie? She had the little tight clothes and she used to walk like this. And I actually met Jackie Harry. And when I met her, what she expressed to me is that she was actually, that role actually stopped her from going forward in Hollywood. That she was so disconnected and disgusted by the role that she played, that she was that she had she left the industry for many years altogether, because the role that she had to the role that they had her playing, you know, of not having, you know, I don't want to say big brain matter or whatever, but they had her playing a role as kind of like a bombshell, earhead, kind of sex pot, kind of sex crazed woman. And because of her role, she actually got turned off from acting, from the industry, and even to this day, like if you meet her, ask her about the role of Jackie. Not Jackie, of what was her name? What's her name? Sandra? I forget. It was so many years ago. Right? But these things mold us. They mold us when we're young. How are children being molded by wet ass P? Well, P word, meaning punani. How are they being molded by that? And listen, do you need me to do a video showing you how Cardi B rushed to turn off her own music so that her child would not hear the stuff that she's peddling out there in mass? Like, there are powers that be that control what goes on the air. What is it doing to a child to see someone in her image, likeness, and perpetuating or purporting her culture in music? And her whole thing is singing about the value of her vagina. Listen. Okay. Oh, okay. So you all, so you all haven't seen it. Oh, don't you worry. I got you. I will hook you up. Don't you worry. Listen, so those there are people who are asking in the comments about the Galentine's Day event. If you go to my wall on YouTube, if you go to my Instagram, the links are in the description. If you go to my Facebook, and if you come to my website, if you go to tanyatko.com and you just scroll down past the banner, you'll see the invitation to Galentine's Day. There are two events going on. There's the Day of Healing, and there is the Night of Fun, where we're going to be drinking, doing arts and crafts, and dancing to music, and doing our facials, and having a smoky eye contest, putting on our makeup together. And I'm going to show you how to make the TKO punch. And we're going to drink and get lit in the evening. But in the daytime, we're working on the conditionings and the patterns that we have had on the inside. So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts, right? Natasha is saying, yes, HW and the government work hand in hand. It's so obvious at this point. I don't know. What is HW? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Okay, Fire Sign is saying, not bragging, but my daughter graduated high school and college early and headed to law school. She's a bright, observant person. She's an old spirit. You know, I congratulate you. And unfortunately, for many people who have high achieving young adults and children, they kind of take for granted that that's the path that they're going to be on. Continue to talk to your children, continue to interact with them, and please do realize that even if a person turns a complete 180 away from a thing, they are still turning from that thing. We don't want our children to have dysfunctional ideas about sex, sexuality, sensuality. We don't. We want them to grow up and be able to explore themselves, discover themselves, and partner. We want them to have healthy unions. What we don't want is we don't want them to have hangups about sex and sexuality. We don't want them to feel like this is dirty and or low-class ratchet people do this. There's balance. There's balance. Continue to talk to your children, especially the high achieving ones, because it's a holistic. We have to adopt a holistic approach to child rearing. Okay, let's see. It's Nikkei is saying people control what their kids see. I guess you didn't see the advertisement that I showed a few moments ago. I hope. Let's see. Valerian is saying, so the algorithm on Clubhouse won't filter out that content if you don't click it. I'm not on there. On Clubhouse, your hallway is controlled by who it is that you follow and who those people are following and what types of rooms those people go into. But Clubhouse is a whole different story. It's new and we don't really know what Clubhouse is going to be. And we have Fila who's saying, as a young Black man, I am abstinent and I just finished my master's degree, but I have seen sexual content being pushed more and more on YouTube and Facebook. I hear you. Okay, so JW is saying HW might be Hollywood. Maybe. All right. Okay, so Jessica came back and said HW is Hollywood. Okay. And Simore is saying, can you do a Gal Day spa that's not just Valentine's too? You know what? We can do something like that where we have time to get all of our stuff together and do our pedicures and manicures and do foot spas and do our facial massages, our lymphatic drainage massage. And we can do that. We can. If people are interested in something like that and willing to invest in themselves to do that, go ahead and put up the number 3. Let me see where the 3s come in at. Okay. All right. And so Anne is saying she was also the mom Lisa on Sister Sister. Oh, she was. That's right. She was. And I remember they had her liking the professor, or was that the one with Monique? I don't really remember. These things are so long ago. Okay, so there are people who are saying that they would be willing to invest in that. There's a lot of 3s coming in. I see you all. Well, you know what? We're doing one this coming Saturday, a week from today. So get on the list. If you're a woman and you want to participate in Galentine's Day, just come to my website, tanyatko.com, scroll down and then click and come over and get your ticket. How many people here have not yet gotten their ticket for Galentine's Day? If you don't have your ticket for Galentine's Day, and you are interested in getting your ticket, put up the number 4 so I can put a link here for you. If you're interested in coming to Galentine's Day, the day of healing, put up a 4. If you're interested in coming to the night event, put up a 5. If you're interested in coming to both, put up a 4 and a 5. So Piece of Candy, did you haven't gotten your ticket yet? Let me put the link here for you all. Hold on. I'm going to get the link right now. Okay. So we have, here we go. All right. So there's the day of healing right there. It's 2 different events with 2 different prices, so you can come to which one resonates most with you. And this is the night of fun. It's going to be a full all-day event where I'm really looking forward to it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have a lot of people who are saying they're interested, but they haven't. Riri, I thought you got your ticket. You didn't get your ticket, Riri? Piece of Candy, you haven't gotten your ticket yet. Tell me what the holdup is. If you have any questions that you need me to answer. So you want to come to both. Piece of Candy wants to come to both. Al, you got your ticket, didn't you? Maybe we're doing a different survey. Oh goodness. All right. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Wonderful. So listen. Okay. So R is saying, would you evaluate these efforts of stripping these silhouette participants by removing their filter as evidence of RAPE culture? That is interesting. That's interesting. Huh. I wonder. I think that I don't know. I really don't know. But you know what? That's an interesting thought. I'm going to leave that in the air and let us think on that one, because I wonder. Because if a person puts up, but the thing is that, okay, so a person did not consent for their nude image to be out there. However, there are people who are photo manipulating and attempting to show them in various stages of undress. And you know what? Listen, I don't know, but I do know. I don't know if it's a part of the RAPE culture, but I do know that it is a part of the commodification of the female form and the female body, being one that people feel that they have ownership of simply because she's a woman or a young girl or a young adult. So I know that we are objectified and commodified, and there are women who are also pushing that narrative in the form of wanting to help. However, I really wish that there was more of a push for a young woman to develop herself from the inside out, to really work on loving herself. And this is why I am here. I'm here to assist people in loving themselves. So if you ever see a time where I am hosting a workshop, come through, because I come and I show up and I am in the room with you and I hold space for you, and we talk and we work it out, and we break down walls, barriers, and we rewrite programming. This is part of the reason that I became a certified clinical hypnotherapist, so that I could assist people in rewriting their narrative, rewriting their subconscious programming, because we have been so abused by our societies and our governments. And so many of us, I remember when I was in the Middle East and the women covered their hair and they wore their abayas, right? And I asked you all, I said, ladies, if you couldn't show your figure and couldn't show your hair, what would you do to stand out? What would you do to be pretty? You know what I mean? What would you do to show your femininity? And there were so many women that were like, oh, it doesn't matter whether I can show my hair or my figure. Right. Right. Yet we are so dependent on being able to use our beauty and our feminine wilds to be able to capture the attention of men. There are many of us that if we did not have the rostro, that we wouldn't know how to capture the attention of the opposite sex, that walking into a room where every woman is in the same shrouded outfit or shrouded in the same way, that you wouldn't know how to stand out from other women. We are not pushing young ladies to develop their personalities, to work on their what's going on inside of their minds and their brains and things of that nature. We're just telling young ladies, be as pretty as you can be, capture a man as young as you can, go to college, not even to freaking learn. Like some of these rooms that I'm in listening, you don't even, as a young woman, you don't even go to college to learn. You go there, you pay your $100,000 to be able to catch a man while he's young and on the way up. What about your way up? What about you and what it is that you have to contribute to this world? I was watching this report on how the pandemic has forced women out of the workforce because they have to take care of children. And this because childcare is so expensive in the United States that they have to be there in the home to take care of the children. And how the economy suffers, our GDP, our gross domestic product suffers as a result of women leaving the workforce. And it's like we don't really we don't really give credence to the genius of women, to the amazing things and ways that women shape our societies, the inventions that the women come up with. And I often think about this because you all know that I've done some work at the border. And I think you don't know which one of these people in a cage has the future cure to cancer, but you see them with their brown skin and you devalue what they can contribute to the society. And the same goes for little girls. We start teaching boys about autonomy and being autonomous. I still hear, even to this day, women talking to other women about how to catch a man who has money and doing all of these things, lying, cheating, contorting, getting plastic surgery, doing all of these things to catch a man who has money. And some of them are not even talking about a man having that much money. They're like talking about how to snag a man who is making under six figures and contorting all of yourself and telling all of these lies to be taken out to lunch. And I had to say in one instance, I could take myself out to lunch. Like if I wanted any meal that exists out there, well, besides the ones where they're wrapping the food in gold foil, well, I'm not gonna pay for that foolishness anyway. But any meal out there, I can treat myself. I don't have to lie and become a person energetically whom I do not want to be in order for a person to pay for some food for me. Why would I, with the amount that my time is worth per hour, per minute, per meeting? Why would I take my time to go out and do all of this contorting to my face and clothes and cinching and tying and zipping and teetering myself on little tiny nails of heels? Why would I do all of that when if I'm that damn hungry and I want this that type of food, I could just go open up my wallet and get my own food so that I don't have to become a type of human being I don't want to be in exchange. I don't have to prostitute myself, my image, my time. I don't have to do all of that for a meal. I hope you hear what it is that I'm saying. Piper is saying, I can and do take myself out, but sometimes it's nice when a man does it. Yes, at what cost? I'm not saying, listen, I love to be treated. I don't know who here is misunderstanding my message and saying, don't get treated. What I'm saying, and I hope that you hear me, what I'm saying is, at what cost? Are you prostituting yourself, prostituting your time in exchange for food? Are you lying? And it's like, are we not hearing the qualifiers that I'm saying? I'm not saying don't have a man take you out. Is there anybody else who's misunderstanding what it is that I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm communicating clearly, but the message seems as if it's getting contorted in the process of being heard. So is there anybody else who's confused about what it is that I'm saying? Anyone else? If you're confused, please, what number are we up to now? If you're confused, put up a number 6. If you're confused about what it is that I'm saying, right? And Piper is saying they want beautiful, intelligent women to treat. Yes, and I feel like there's this push for a woman to hide her personality, hide who she is, contort who she truly is, lie, cheat, steal, all in the name of a free meal? For what? Why are you going to increase your karmic turnaround? For what? For what? For something that costs what, $100? You're gonna contort yourself and turn your. I want to see who is confused out there. So Bajik is saying, I just joined. What are we talking about? You have to rewind a little bit. If you've heard what I said, listen. Al Kahinat is saying it's a waste of time for one, right? Okay. Misha is saying I understand, Tanya. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And Brittany is saying, men will take you out. You don't have to lie about anything. Well, listen, there are some people who are saying you do. Oh, look, Pip is saying, oh, hold on, it moves so fast. I'm not confused. I've just expressed my opinion. I hear you. That's why I'm asking who is confused. Okay, so Pip is saying, didn't you make a video about this with the girl and the boy at the pizza place? So yeah, so it's like I'm confused. And this ties into the whole red filter thing, in that we are asking and we are promoting to young women and girls and even older women. Actually, by the time I guess you get older, they don't give a damn about what it is that you're doing. So they're promoting this to younger girls. To contort yourself, to lie, to cheat, to steal, to be whatever, say whatever, to get the bag, to get the money, to get his money, to do all of this, to do all of that. And it's like, yes, it's nice to have a man who will treat you. It's nice to have a man who will take care of you. It's nice to have a man who will protect you and provide for you. However, it's also nice to be a woman of worth, a woman whom you've developed. When I was 14, there was a woman that I wanted to be. And I have become that woman. I have become that woman. When I was at TKO Skin and I was trapped, or I felt trapped in that business, I was not yet that woman. I wanted to be an author. I wanted to do very much of what it is that I'm doing now, assisting people on healing from the inside. So this is what I'm saying. If you don't see it, listen, I put the links inside of here. Come to the Galentine's Day event. This is the first event that I have done in years. So make sure that you come out, because I don't often do events. And if you want to spend this private time with me and have a good time with me, come to the Galentine's Day event. And so Naz is saying, I don't really see a problem with accepting gifts, money, or dinner from a man. It doesn't mean a woman don't have any means of her own. Naz, are you confused about what it is that I'm saying? You're not hearing, because you're taking it personally and you're talking about you and how you feel and what you see or whatnot, right? So just rewind the video, take some time to hear what it is that I'm saying, because you're not getting it. You're not getting it. And this is another person. See, I guess there are a lot of people who are misunderstanding me. Can somebody in the comments explain to them, Tanya, we can still be all that and we can be strategic with these men. Okay, I'm about to start cursing because I have to get off of here and I don't really have enough time. God damn, what the fuck? Are you not able to hear what it is that I'm fucking saying? I said, don't fucking lie. Don't fucking cheat. Don't fucking have to motherfucking steal. You don't have to do that shit. Be a good person. Be a good woman. You don't have to turn yourself into a person who's going to have that karma turn back around on you. Do you understand what it is that I'm saying? Because when you are broke down and you got all types of diseases riddled through your body because you've been living your life in a trifling mother effing way, then you're going to understand what the hell Tanya was saying. Do you understand that now? All right. So anyway, thank you all so much for coming out to my TED Talk. I mean, I don't understand this. It's like it's like I don't understand. I do have to go. So listen, so what I'm saying is you do not have to be a bad person. Keep your vibration raised. You don't have to be a bad person. You don't have to be that. You don't have to lie, cheat, steal, and do all of that. You don't. You don't. Because your life is valuable as is with you in your life. Your life living for you is valuable. You are worth it. You are worth being a good person. It's as simple as that. So now Lemonade said, now, yes, because it's straightforward. This is the same thing I've been saying for the past 10 minutes. This is the same thing I've been saying for the past 10 minutes. And I see somebody who wants to, I see somebody who wants to get blocked because there are people out here who, here, let me get you real quick. You're done. You're done. Don't come here trying to start any type of drama, right? Tanya is saying, we love you, Tanya. Piper is saying, nobody is being a bad person for a date. That is an effing lie. There are people out there who are betraying their own selves for dates. Come on now, wake the hell up. And on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, what? Love yourself. Right now, for a limited time, you are able to get my book. You're able to get the Book of Affirmation Self-Love on my website. And so if you just go to the link below, actually the link in the bottom of this video will take you to Amazon. Just come to tanyatko.com and click on shop. And when you click on shop, it'll take you to the area where you can get the book and get it autographed. I'm selling autographed books for a limited time. I got to go right now. Listen, you know what? Marcus is saying, Piper, quit with the cognitive dissonance. Oh my God, do you see where she's saying some, but not all do? You're the only person speaking in absolutes. And honey, if you're not really able to keep up with the conversation, if you're having some sort of personal disconnect on the inside, because many other people seem to be able to get it, especially when I spoke very clearly and furtively, other people are able to get it. If you're not able to get it, look, all I'm gonna say, go out there and do however it is that you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. It's not, look, do whatever you want to do. Be whatever type of woman you want to be. You're probably not going to get edified and codified on this channel. You're going to have to go elsewhere for that. If that's the type of person that you want to be. I'm a different type of woman, and I teach different types of teachings here. And the people who are here who love themselves, they know the power of being a womb holder, not for how you can slide yourself under a person with a penis. So you can slide yourself under someone's too big, hairy, hot testicles and be like, oh, I'm underneath here and I got some money, as his hairy balls are draped across your forehead, face, neck, and shoulders, as you're weighed down under his taint and anus because you had to contort yourself underneath his asshole in order to be able to get a little bit of money. Be whoever it is that you want to be. There are many content creators who will support you on that journey. I hope that you all understand what the hell it is that I'm saying now. And on that note, I will see you all in the next video. I look forward to seeing you ladies at the Galentine's Day event, which is going to be on February 13th, all day long from 3 until midnight. So we're going to rock in the night until Valentine's Day. So I appreciate all of you for coming out. Natasha. I know, right? There's just something. LMC is saying gross. Ew. All right. Okay, I gotta go now. I gotta go. I really have to go now. All right. I'm coming. I'm ending my broadcast right now. Sorry. All right. Thank you all so much. Peace. Tanya TK, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. Oh, some Cash Apps came in. Let me just thank the Cash App person real quick, and then I'm jumping out of here. All right. Aisha saying, can you teach us how to stand out with our persona? She sends $5 on Cash App. Let me send you the heart. I got to get out of here. Come to my website. Come to the Galentine's Day event. Interact with me offline. We always have a really rocking good time. All right. Peace.